Gaffer, a point on the road to start the new year. What was your assessment of it?
I think it was a game that we started really well, scored, and we looked sharp and bright in the first half, and we created a few good situations, one big situation after the goal for Alfie May. So I was pleased with how we looked in the first half, even though they were trying to press us a little bit. We were, using the space as well. And in second half, a little bit like the home game we played against them, they kind of threw everything at us. We're very direct, 4-4-2, and I thought we could have handled it a little bit better, especially with the ball, sort of to break through their pressing and get control of the match and to get to grips with the match a little bit more in that second half, because we have, the ability to do that. But we couldn't quite do it, and our chances were coming from sort of counter-attacks, and we did have a big one, couple of big moments for Jay in those situations, but then they had a few themselves and scored. So in the end, we had to dig in to take the point.
When you're so used to having control in games, we didn't quite have that in the second period. What did you need to see more of from the players? I
think from our point of view, we need to be nice and sharp and active in our positions, because there was space there around behind their midfield. If their midfielders are both jumping up to press, then there's space behind that in front of their centre backs, or in behind their back line if they're really aggressive and they're coming up to the halfway line. So we need to be able to play forward and make forward runs, and then we could. Ultimately, it was a game where we probably weren't going to be able to get control because of the way they were playing, but we would be able to score and create more chances. And then if we scored the second goal, then the game would change. So we couldn't do that, and it's something for us, as I've said to the players, we need to look at and say, okay, what can we do better in these situations? Because it feels like 2 points dropped when you're 1-0 up and you draw a game. Having said that, we know Stockport are strong at home. It's been a busy schedule for us, and in the end we've had to take the point.
And despite those periods in the second half where we were under pressure, we saw a steeliness and a determination, particularly from the lads back there, to defend their box.
Yeah, again, I think with that side of things, in terms of that steeliness and that fight and everything, I think we've got that, which is, I don't sort of doubt the team in that way, which is a good thing. I know they're up for that, and they'll give it everything, and they'll defend their box well when they have to. But for me, it was a bit with the ball that we could have been a bit better with.
Of course, the positive from the first half was Alfie May's finish. There aren't too many players capable at this level of that sort of finish.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's it. Alfie's a goal scorer. I mean, usually it's the poacher's goals, but this one was outside the box and he's on his left foot. Really difficult angle and a really good goal. We had a 1v1 situation just before that with Taylor, obviously, but we reacted quickly and Alfie got his chance, and it was a great start for us. I thought we're going to go on, and the first half we looked like we could go on and score 2 or 3 goals actually. But it's football and the game can change quickly, and you have to be ready for that.
Yeah, as you say, we've had chances again. I think there's another chance for Alfie where he's forced to save, and at that stage in the game we're carrying a real threat.
Yeah, I think we needed that to go in really, because that would have been 2-0 at half time, and that would have given us a bit of a cushion away from home that we needed. Keeper made a good save, you could say, but those were the type of chances in the second half. Jay had a couple of moments in the box that were big moments, but we couldn't quite get that goal.
You've made changes in the second period to influence the game. One of them, Scott Wright, fantastic to have him back in amongst the squad as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's been a couple of months out there. It was a pretty fast-paced game to come directly back into, but yeah, I wanted him out there for his speed and quality, and I mean, he's going to get back going again, day by day, game by game.
Just want to lastly finish on Christoph Clara's block, because that is as good as a goal when it's goal bound as it was so late on in the game.
Yeah, Chris is a very good defender. There's no one better at defending your box than Chris, and in that case defending the goal, so big moment from him.
Very, very finally, just some news on Lee Buchanan and any time frames on Keshi Anderson and Emil Hansen's returns.
Yeah, so Lee Buchanan, obviously a severe and very unfortunate knee injury, will be out for the rest of this season. We won't see him again, unfortunately. And then Keshi's had a knock, and it'll be a few weeks, I think, and Emil probably a bit longer than that. So there's things that we're assessing day by day, week by week, but unfortunate, because we're pretty short on wingers and forward players in those areas. But they'll do their best to get back as quick as they can.
Thank you, Gaffer.
Thank you.